go with... Oh, please don't knock over the camera. Oh. Hello, my dudes. So today we are going to be doing a new tag that yours truly has come up with, and it is called the Vine Book Tag. As you probably can guess from the title, it combines my two biggest loves in the whole world, books and vines. I know Vine technically is dead, but Vine is not dead for me. I make daily Vine references, and I know that a lot of you guys really like Vines, and so I just thought, why not? Why not? So basically how this is going to work is I'm going to show a Vine, and then there will be a question that goes along with it, and you guys know how Vines work. So without any further ado, let's get started.
How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion!
So for this question, I am gonna go with pick a book or a series that everybody else seemed to love, but you didn't really like. This is gonna be like super controversial, I know, and like I know that a lot of you are probably gonna like click off the video as soon as I say this, but I'm gonna have to go with anything by Cassandra Clare. I have tried so many times to read her books. I've tried reading The Infernal Devices. I've tried reading The Mortal Instruments. I have tried. I promise. And it's not that I think that they're bad books, because they're not. But they're not for me. Like, I can see why people like them, but they're just not for me.
Where's the pop? Get the pop! Give it to me, I'm gonna get no sleep cause of y'all! Y'all not gonna get a sleep cause of me!
The next one is pick a book that kept you up all night. So for this one, I'm going to go with A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. So I was traveling when I was reading this book, so I was stuck in an airport, and honestly, I got through this in less than 24 hours. I was up all night reading it. This is the final installment in her Court of Thorns and Roses trilogy, which is about a girl named Feyre who goes and it's basically, the first book is a Beauty and the Beast retelling with fae and humans, and it's really good. A lot of people have been saying, though, that the first book, A Court of Thorns and Roses, is the longest prequel in the whole world because the book doesn't really start until, like, the second one, which, like, low-key I kind of agree with, but it's fine.
Jared, could you read number 23 for the class?
No, I cannot. What up? I'm Jared, I'm 19, and I never fucking learned how to read.
Name a book or series that you will probably never get to. I have to go with Always and Forever, Lara Jean, which is the last book in Jenny Han's To All the Boys I've Loved Before trilogy. This was originally supposed to be, first it was supposed to be a standalone, and then it got a sequel, so it was supposed to be a duology, and then now it's a trilogy, I guess. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about this one, and I personally really like where the last one ended, so, like, I don't know that I'll ever get to this one. I think I'm just gonna have to leave it be. Leave it with 2. It's a duology in my eyes.
So I am confusion. Why is this one Kansas, but this one is not Arkansas? America, explain! Explain! What do you mean in Arkansas?
Name a book with characters whose names you can't pronounce. I definitely could go with almost literally any fantasy series, because for whatever reason, fantasy books just really like to have characters with names that are just really hard to pronounce. For this one, I'm going to have to go with the Truth Witch series by Susan Dennard. I have no idea. I can't say anybody's names in the series. They're all so confusing. It's Auden, Auden, I don't know anybody's names. It's just...
Whoa! Hurricane Katrina! More like Hurricane Tortilla!
So for this one, name your favorite retelling. So my favorite retelling is a little obscure, but it is Zell by Donna Jo Napoli. It's a Rapunzel retelling set in the 16th century Switzerland, and it's magical. It reads like poetry. The writing is amazing. The story is one that you love, and it always just feels like home whenever I go and I reread it.
Ah! Stop! I could have dropped my croissant!
So for this one, name a book with a plot twist that could have made you drop your croissant. So for this one, I'm going to go with a series, and it is the Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson. I don't want to call out anything specific, but I will just say that this series, it's a fantasy series where the premise is that the bad guy won. And so now it's 1,000 years later, and now you have this uprising that's sort of starting, and you have these people who they can consume metals and they can get powers from those metals. And the oppressed peoples are not supposed to have powers, but our book starts when our main character gets powers. And every time, no matter what book in the series I'm reading, every time that I think one thing is going to happen, something else happens. And it kept me on the edge of my seat the entire time. Like, at no point was I ever bored during this series. This is one of the best series that I've ever read, and I really want to read more Brandon Sanderson in the future. Name your favorite trilogy. So I definitely was going to go with the Mistborn series again by Brandon Sanderson, but I don't want to repeat myself because, like, that's boring. So for this one, I'm going to go with the Selection series by Kira Cass, which I know technically isn't a trilogy anymore, but, like, we're just going to ignore the last two. They never happened. So this is a dystopian bachelor with royalty, is the best way that I can describe it, but I know that it's gotten a lot of bad reviews and a lot of mixed reviews, but personally, I really love it. It's one of those books that sucked me right in, and, like, yes. Is it the best book I've ever read? No. Was it entertaining the whole way through? Yeah, it was. So that is going to be it for this tag. I know how tags are supposed to work, is that you're supposed to tag people to do them, but I don't really I don't think that anybody who would watch this would actually, like, do it. So I guess witty novels, or Caleb at Insane Reader, if you guys are watching this, like, I think you guys should definitely do it, because I think your videos would be really fun. Or if you are watching this and you want to do it, go ahead. If you do it, link your video in the comments below, and I will go check it out, and I will comment on it. But yeah, so if you want to follow me on any of my social medias, I'll have it linked in the description below. That is it for today. Thanks for watching. Bye!